Hello everybody, this is Dr. Medicine RX and in today's video we'll be discussing about occupational acne. So these are the acne that occur as a result of occupational exposure to various chemicals as well as the various environmental, physical and mechanical factors that are associated with that particular occupation. Coming to the types of occupational acne, there are 8 types. First is oil acne, tropical acne, coal tar acne, acne cosmetica, acne aestivalis, acne mechanica, chloracne and drug-induced acne. Coming to first and foremost, oil acne. So this is the most common form of occupational acne and it is seen in mechanics and petroleum and rubber workers. So the agent that is involved are the lubricants, greases, kerosene, cutting oils, coolants, etc. Basically any oily agent. And the pathogenesis is that these oily agents, they go and they block the follicle, leading to sebum retention and reactive follicular hyperkeratosis. The most common lesions seen are open comedones, also folliculitis and cystic lesions. And the location is dorso of hands and extensor aspect of forearms. So this is the most common location. So any patient with open comedones on dorso of hands and extensor aspects of forearms, your first and foremost doubt should be towards oil acne. Other areas also include face, where one uses any oil dipped clothing for wiping their face, or lower abdomen, buttocks and thighs when they wear any oil soaked clothing, because this is very common among the workers. So that is a sketch depicting the location where oil acne can occur. So dorso of hands and extensor aspect of forearms on the right hand side, and the face, lower abdomen and buttocks, thighs on the left hand side. Coming to tropical acne, these are nothing but acne that are seen in individuals who live in hot and humid climates, and they normally just resemble the normal acne. Coming to coal tar acne, the agents include coal tar and creosote, and the most common type of acne lesions seen are the comedones and any exposed area of the body which can be involved in coal tar acne. Coming to acne cosmetica, the agents are heavy greasy makeup containing lanolin, petrolatum, oleic acid, lauryl alcohol or vegetable oils. So any actors who wear any oil greasy makeup for a long period of time are at risk for developing acne cosmetica. And the lesions are primarily non-inflammatory closed comedones and sometimes few papules and pustules. Coming to acne aestivalis, it is also known as Mallorca acne. It is a very rare type of acne. So the as the name indicates, aestivalis is something to do with summer or something to do with heat or any radiation. So the agents that are responsible are UV radiation or sun exposure, fluorescent lighting and ionizing radiation. And the lesions are going to be hard papules. Location commonly seen on cheeks, sides of neck, shoulders, chest and upper arms. Basically any area of the body that is exposed to this radiation or to sunlight. Coming to acne mechanica, the agent is repeated physical trauma such as rubbing, friction or pressure. So in the areas that are in contact or that are constantly rubbed or put pressure upon are affected. So in truck drivers, because of constantly sitting while driving, so their buttocks can be affected. In hospital workers, because of wearing masks, you can see acne along the areas where the mask has covered, or in guitarists and violinists because of the band in guitarists, or because of keeping the violin closer to the neck, we can also get acne in those areas. And the lesions are crops of inflammatory papules and pustules. Sometimes on prolonged friction, deep inflammatory nodules can also occur. Coming to chloracne, so the agent is halogenated aromatic hydrocarbons, so like fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine containing aromatic hydrocarbons that are present in herbicides and insecticides. And the contact with these agents can be either because of through skin or because of inhalation or by ingestion. The lesions are open comedones classically, and they are large in number, so many in number, and they can also be cysts on melia, and the location is malar or mandibular retroauricular area, and there is classic sparing of nose. Coming to drug induced acne, Certain drugs such as anabolic steroids, corticosteroids, isoniazid, lithium iodides, bromides, phenytoin, and corticotropin can also cause acne. It is very important to differentiate between chloracne and acne vulgaris, because sometimes there is a chance to get confused between the lesions because they also involve similar areas. Chloracne can occur in any age group, whereas acne vulgaris, it is characteristically seen in adolescents. And acne vulgaris also affects the face, back, and chest, whereas the malar area, axilla, groin, or even extremities are involved in chloracne. And comedones, open comedones, many in number, are characteristic lesions of chloracne, whereas in acne vulgaris, comedones can be limited, and there are usually papules, pustules, and cysts also present. And sebum production, we classically see that there is seborrhea in acne vulgaris, whereas that is not the case in chloracne. And also there is involvement of Propionibacterium acnes in acne vulgaris, whereas no bacteria is involved in chloracne. Thank you. Subscribe for more.